Well, we're going to talk about the mansion and the Phipps family now. Basically, let's start with you, Walter. How much were you around the mansion? How much were you up here?
Oh, us boys spent a lot of time up here. We like going up here. Sometimes Mike or my brother would be out mowing, and I'd bring my football, because I played football in junior high and high school. And I'd be out on the lawn playing football if we weren't branding cattle or something. And Denny Reed and we would go down, and sometimes Bud Morgan's grandson and we'd go down in the afternoon and bowl down in the bowling alley. We'd roll all the balls down there until we ran out of bowling balls. They would have to go gather the bowling ball. There wasn't a return on bowling balls. We had to go down there and bring them back. We'd spend the afternoon bowling. And we'd come around and we'd nose around the gardens. We'd look around. We were just curious and just looking at everything, you know. And it was amazing to us, everything around here, you know. Mr. Phipps, he didn't mind. He'd come out and visit with us sometimes and tell us stories and try to stimulate our intellect some, you know. Sometimes we'd be out back here. We'd be talking to Mr. Phipps out in the garage or looking at his cars or something. And sometimes Mike could be washing them, or my brother would be washing them or something sometimes. Mrs. Phipps would stick her head out the breakfast nook window and say, "You boys want some cake and ice cream?" She'd invite us all in for afternoon of cake and ice cream and Coke. And oh God, did we ever eat cake and ice cream? The cook said, "Just bring all we wanted," and just kept filling the bowl and go get another cake if we needed to. We just had a big time. We did that 2 or 3 times, I remember. And then we'd visit with the cooks and everything. They'd ask us questions, where we was from, what we did and everything, you know. And ask us about the branding, how the branding was going. And they wanted to know what was going on the ranch, you know, and so we'd tell them. And we had a big time up here. I never was inside the mansion too much, just in the dining room or the library, the breakfast nook. And of course, the library was the last time I saw Mr. Phipps. He wanted to send me and Bud Morgan's grandson, and probably Denny too, I don't know, to college. But I took my boss's offer and he sent me to college. But I got a graduation letter from Lawrence Phipps when I graduated, and he told me if I wanted to go to whatever school I wanted and get the education I desired. But I took another man's offer, but who gave me the same deal. But he always encouraged us to get an education, you know. And the last time I saw Lawrence was when I graduated from college in the spring of 1976. I can't remember exactly what month it was, because I actually graduated in March, and then I had to go back and do a term paper, a senior thesis kind of a thing, which I didn't finish in order to graduate. So I think it was about that time that I came back, because it didn't take me very long to finish the paper, and then I came back either in April or early May and told him that I finally graduated from college. I went to college up at Montana State University, and he wanted me to learn the cattle business, so I got a degree in agricultural business with a minor in animal science, beef cattle. And I came back and told him he passed away in May of '76, around the 17th, I think, or something like that. But when I came down to visit him, I can't remember who was taking care of him, but his wife, and he might have had a nurse with him, but it might have been Bud Morgan's wife too. I know she took care of him some. He was sitting in the library, and I told him I'd like to see him, and I just came from college, and she said, "Well, he's not in very good health, but we'll ask him." And he was very excited that I was here. He wasn't very coherent, but we still had a good visit. He remembered me and could remember quite a few things. But he was sitting in his chair, kind of relaxing, sleeping quite a bit. But when I could get him to wake up, we'd have a good little short visit, and then he'd nod off again. And I'm surprised the nurses let me in, but he was anxious to see me, and I'm glad I got to see him before he passed away there, just a few days before he passed away. But he was a grand old gentleman.